In today's video, we are kicking off Spring and Easter DIYs. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name's Liz. For today's video, I have some super quick, super easy and fun spring and Easter DIYs that I'm super excited for. These are going to be super quick. A lot of brand new Chalk Couture spring collection items in here. February is a crazy one for me, so I'm looking for some really quick and easy DIYs that I can use in my home to decorate that look really high-end and really beautiful. So if you want to see those DIYs, and let's go ahead and jump into our first one.
For this first DIY, I'm going to take the Hop to It kit from Chalk Couture. I also have an extra of these for a giveaway, so keep an eye out for that. But it comes with everything that you need: the bunny cutouts, the egg beads, the regular wooden beads, paste and ribbon, twine, and your transfers, and instructions on how to put it all together. So the first thing I'm going to do is chalk on my bunnies. I'm going to use both transfer designs. So one has some flowers all over it. The other one is more of kind of like a plaid pattern. And I decided to go with some different colors than the paste packets that come with the kit. I'm going to use my chalk paste in eucalyptus, and I am just going to squeegee that on there, and I'm going to do this on the front and the back. The transfer does come with a front and back for each design, unless you don't want to chalk on the back, but you know, I preferred to have both sides finished so there wasn't an unfinished side. And then for my second bunny, I'm using the chalk paste in Rust, and again just chalking on the front and the back. And then I'm going to move on to my egg beads. I decided to kind of go with a farmhouse type theme to these eggs and to the garland itself, so I kind of went away from like springy colors and more to like vintage eggs. I guess they're not really vintage, but colorful eggs, if that makes any sense. More farmhouse type style eggs. So I painted 3 of my eggs, and the color that I came up with was a little bit too dark, so I decided to just take my chalk paste in Rust, add a little bit of water to it, and then I painted over those eggs. This video is the video full of painting and then changing my mind. I do that several times. Paint a color, didn't like it, changed it up, painted it another time. So you'll see that multiple times. Same thing with these eggs. I painted them with my Dixie Belle paint in Vintage Duck Egg, didn't like it, and went over it with my Dixie Belle Sea Glass. So I painted those 2 eggs in that really pretty blue. And then I'm going to grab out my wooden beads. There are several bigger beads and then lots of smaller beads. So for my bigger beads, I split them up, painted 3 in my Dixie Belle Sea Glass, and then painted 3 in the Chalk Couture Rust paste with a little bit of water mixed in, and got those painted. For the remaining beads that I had, I painted some of them with my Dixie Belle chalk paint in burlap, and then the remaining of them, I just left them the plain wood color. And then I am going to lay these out, try to figure out a nice pattern to get them in, and then I'm going to string them on the twine that comes with the kit. Once I get all of those strung on there, I'm going to start making my tassels. Again, all this twine comes with the kit. So I just take the twine in my hand and I wrap it around my hand over and over and over till I have maybe a foot left. I'm going to cut that twine off of there, and I am going to string my loops through the end of one of the sides of my garland, and I'm just going to tie that into a double knot, and then I will repeat that step for the other side. Once I have both loops on each end, I'm going to take that 12-inch piece that we cut off from the end of our tassels. I'm going to wrap that around my tassel, tie it in a knot towards the top, and then I'll just wrap around and around and around and around, and then tie it in another double knot. And then I'll cut off the loops at the ends, give it a little haircut so they all match and they're all nice and even. I'm going to take our bunnies that we made, string some twine through the hole. I tie a double knot towards the ear on the bunny, and then I'm going to attach my bunny to my garland just at the top of the tassels. And then I also used some of the ribbon that came with the kit, and I just tied that around the knot at the top of the tassel. And I just did that for both sides, and that's all you got to do for this DIY. I think that this turned out so cute. I'm loving the color combo for this one, and I think it's perfect for spring and for Easter, and I'm just loving it. For this DIY, I bought this big pack of eggs off of Amazon. They came in a pack of 30 for $20, so they're about 66 cents a piece. And I am going to take several of them, quite a few of them, and I'm going to start painting them all sorts of different colors. I'll throw up a picture of my inspiration that I found while I was scrolling on Pinterest, and I saw this and I was like, that is so adorable, and I think that would be perfect for springtime sitting out. I just thought it was super pretty. So then I kind of searched different colored eggs and colors, and the first one, I took my chalk paste in peach cobbler and mixed it with a bit of a parchment cream type color, mixed that all together, and then painted several of my eggs in that color. And then I also used my chalk paste in rust, mixed it with some water, and then painted several of the eggs that color. I also used my Dixie Belle paint in sea glass and painted several of them in that color. And then I took my Waverly chalk paint in plaster, and I wanted it a little bit more yellow, so I did end up adding a bit of a yellower kind of creamy color to it, mixing that together and painting some of the eggs that way. And then again, with changing my mind on paint, I painted some of my eggs green. Didn't like how dark it was, so I took an Arteza paint, kind of like the Waverly chalk paint in celery, and I painted it that color. And then there's a couple different ways that you can decorate these. I have this cute little dough bowl from Target, and I can add it in there and display it that way. I also have this other little bowl that I got from the Target dollar spot. I can put it in there and decorate it that way. But I just think having these really cute, colorful eggs out during the springtime is really pretty. Now I'm going to use some of those eggs again in this DIY. I took this shadow box that I got from the Target dollar spot, and I think this is perfect to put, anything that you want inside that's a little bulkier, and the eggs fit perfectly. So I'm going to take my Chalk Couture transfer. This transfer is called the Chick In, and I love this one because it's all sorts of farmhouse and it's really cute. And there is a transfer that says the Chick In Farm Fresh Eggs, which I thought was perfect. So I took that, I fuzzed it several times just because we're putting it on a glass and it is a bit stickier when it's on a type of glass, so I just make sure to fuzz it enough so that when I pull it off I'm not stretching the transfer out. And I am going to align this in the bottom left corner, and I'm just going to use my chalk paste in Velvet. It's just a plain black, and I'm going to use a squeegee to get that paste on there and then pull that transfer up to reveal this cute little image that I think is perfect. And then I'm going to take some Spanish moss from the Dollar Tree. I added that to the bottom of my shadow box, added some of those eggs down inside, and then I'm just going to put the backing back in, and that's it for this DIY. Super easy, super cute, and I think it's perfect for the spring farmhouse type theme. I just love it so much. For this next DIY, I picked up the Chalk Couture drop-in box frame that I thought was really fun. This was new with their spring collection. So it's a frame that you can drop in these sheets. You can chalk on them and then drop it into the frame. So you can change the center out with your frame for whatever, season or holiday, or if you're feeling a different way, and then you can make it two-sided. So I thought that this was a really fun idea. So I decided to switch up my frame just a little bit, just change it up a tiny bit. I took a chip brush with some of my Dixie Belle Voodoo stain, and I'm just dry brushing the frame, giving it more of a rustic look to it. And then I'm also going to take some black rub and buff, and I just went around the corners. I kind of went a little heavy-handed in all the corners and then lightly went around the edges just to give it a little bit more distressing. Next, I'm going to take the Rabbit & Co. Sure to Grow transfer. I think this one is absolutely adorable. I love the little bunny on there, and then the peonies are gorgeous as well. I'm thinking of doing the peonies on the back of this one at a later date, but for now I just wanted to do the Rabbit Co. one. I just thought it was super cute, so I'm going to take that. I'm also going to take one of the Found Patterns from Nature transfer, and I am going to use this as a background. So I'm going to start off by laying that transfer down on top of my white board that falls into the frame, and I'm going to take a little bit of my Storm Chalkology paste and then my bright white paste, and I'm going to mix these together because I wanted more of a lighter gray. And I'm also going to take my paste in Eucalyptus, and I'm just kind of sporadically spreading this all over my sign, just in random spots. I'm also going to do the same with the gray because I kind of wanted to mix these together to kind of have like a streaky look to it. So I put those on there. I'm taking my squeegee and then I'm just running over the entire board. So this does not have to be perfect by any means. I didn't try to, not have them mixed. I wanted a little bit of green, a little bit of gray, and just, kind of have fun with it. Experiment. This was an experiment of, other things that I can do with Chalk Couture. I love trying different techniques, different ways to do it, and so that's what I was going for. So I'm removing the transfer, and I think that this turned out really, really cute. I think it gave a really pretty background. I'm going to layer my Rabbit Co. transfer right on top, and I just use my Chalkology paste in Velvet, just a black, and I go over the entire thing and then remove that, and I think it turned out super cute. I can drop this down into my frame. I can do the back as well, so it's double-sided, and I just think that this is really fun and a really fun idea to kind of have multiple signs in one. For this DIY, I am going to take one of these double-sided signs. I believe that this one is a 9x12, and this just came from Chalk Couture. I'm also going to take the Club Couture for March. This one was one of my favorites. I love the flowers. The bottom says "Just Keep Breathing," and I just think it's a very, pretty and simple, and I just love this one so much. So like I said, this is the March Club Couture. Club Couture is a monthly subscription box, and I want to say it's about $20 a month, $21, and you get a monthly transfer and some paste packets. And for the month of February, if you sign up for Club Couture, you actually get 5 additional transfers for free, which I think is a really fun deal. So just keep that in mind. I am going to take 4 different colors of Chalkology paste. I am taking Peach Cobbler, Peachy Keen, I believe, is the pink one, Storm is the gray, and then the gold is just a shimmer gold. And I am just working on each flower at a time. Typically, I just pick one color and go over the entire thing. This day, I was feeling a little adventurous. I wanted to do multiple colors for the flowers. So I like working in sections, putting my paste down, lifting my transfer up, drying it, and then working on the next section. That's just my personal preference. You can do it however you want because I am a little bit of a slower chalker. I don't go super fast, although it looks like I'm going super fast, but that's just because this is sped up. I do go fairly slow, so I want to make sure that none of my paste is actually drying to the transfer and not to my surface. So that's why I peel up, let it dry, and then I put it back down and work on the next section. So even if you're slow, you can still do Chalk Couture. I think this one is super fun. Like I said, I love this transfer and I'm probably going to use it again and do kind of more like a farmhouse color theme for it. But for spring, I thought this turned out really, really cute. For this DIY, I found this cheese board at Walmart. It was $5 in their new kind of like dollarish section. And I am going to do something super simple. I'm taking my Chalk Couture surface wax, adding this all over to the front. When you're using Chalk Couture transfers or silk screen transfers in general, you want to make sure that the surface you're putting it on is nice and sealed in because this is a porous surface. You're more likely to get bleeding, so I like using the wax to prevent bleeding. Now I'm going to take this radish transfer that I just thought was so cute. I just love this one so much. And I thought this cheese board was perfect because I could center this in a way to make it look like the radishes, you know, were halfway underground and halfway popping up. I just thought it was really fun. So I'm just using my bright white chalk paste on top of it, squeegeeing all over, and then I'll pull that up and reveal these super cute radishes. I love this so much, and I just finished it off with some twine around the handle, and I thought that this was perfect for in my kitchen. It's not necessarily spring, but I mean, I guess you grow vegetables in the spring and summertime. So, it worked. And that is it for this DIY. Super, super easy. And I thought it turned out really cute.
And that's it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about Chalk Couture, let me know in the comments down below. I'll also leave a link to their new spring collection, which has so many fun goodies that I absolutely love. If you're looking to save some money with Chalk Couture, you can become a designer and get 40% off all of their retail items. Let me know if you have any questions about it on Instagram, Facebook. You can even email me and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. You can sign up to be a designer for only $9.99 and then immediately get that 40% off. I personally think that it's worth it, especially if you are shopping a lot with Chalk Couture. That's just my personal opinion, and I love their products. So that's why I use them so much. They're quick and easy, and I think that they are beautiful. So that's all I got for you guys today. Don't forget to subscribe before you guys leave. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.